Hi, I'm Paul Hanlon. I'm Stevenson, and this is Derby Tales.
This one's on you, mate. This is before my time.
This was my first. No, it was my first win in a derby. I think I'd played at Easter Road and Hearts won, but this was the first one I had. Brian Kerr scoring the goal and having that memorable celebration.
Fletcher making the run. Both Donaldson and Kerr in the centre. If he can get it across, and Brian Kerr scores! Inside 2 minutes, Hibs strike first at Tynecastle.
To be honest, I felt during the game it was pretty comfortable. Even at 1-0, they never really pressured us, and look, it's always nice. I'm glad I went. I think it was my second derby to get a win, so I know a lot of people go a bit longer than that without getting a win. So a good day all round, and what I can remember, it was pretty comfortable.
I think by this time, I think I'm in around the first team squad, but not involved in this game. But obviously remember it really well. Obviously Stephen Fletcher scored the header in the game, won the game for us.
Promising. O'Brien in for Fletcher, and it's in. It's a cracking start for Hibs. Stephen Fletcher, for the second time this season, scores against Hearts at Easter Road.
I think it came off his shoulder. I don't know if it was that clean a header, but went in all the same and got us a victory.
What a player Fletcher was. I don't think he got the credit he deserved when he was here, and obviously went on to have a fantastic career, but I don't think we realised how much we missed him until he left.
This one, obviously that's my first Edinburgh Derby to be involved in. Obviously remember going back, and I think there was a bit of an injury and suspension kind of crisis going on at the club. There was a lot of first team players out of that match. Remember, it must have been easy 7-8 maybe.
Yeah.
Probably starters that were missing the game. So I was drafted in at left back for that match, and I remember I think quite a lot of the game it was pretty much backs to the wall. A lot of defending to be done, but managed to keep the clean sheet, and Derek Riordan got us a penalty, scored us a penalty.
The Hibs fans gathered behind that goal. It's a huge moment, this. It is Derek Riordan, and it's 1-0 to Hibs. They have snatched the lead with a makeshift team. One up at Tynecastle, and that feels so good, so very good.
I think in that moment as well, like there's probably no one else you'd want to step up taking that penalty in that moment, and Deeks probably take either foot as well.
Coolest man in the stadium that day.
I think this is one I just mentioned there. I think Lee scores a free kick in this match, and then obviously Ross Caldwell was playing at the time, young lad who had kind of just got to sell in and around the first team, and I remember him scoring. He's like talking about being cool and calm and under pressure. He's literally side footed it slow as you like into the top corner, and he didn't even look like he was bothered about celebrating either. Just wanted to jog back to the halfway line. I remember celebrations. It was maybe Scott Robertson kind of grabs him and pushes him towards the Hibs fans, and then we all start celebrating. But
Hibs haven't given this one up. It's come to Caldwell. Oh, what a goal to win it! Ross Caldwell, the 19-year-old, in the 90th minute, has won the derby for Hibernian.
I think if Scott hadn't came, then Ross was up for just jogging back to the halfway line.
He was a great guy, Ross, man. He worked so hard, and it's mad these players come and score such important goals, and he probably didn't go to kick on and have the career he wanted. But I've bumped into him a few times, and he still talks about that goal, and it means so much to him, and it meant so much to us that day too. That was Fried scored a breakaway goal, I think, the goal.
That was the second goal to seal it. I think Farid sets up Jason for the first goal as well. It's a kind of knock down the box, and Jason was just the ultimate poacher, really knew where to be in the box at all times. And if it was falling to anyone, and especially in these big games, Jason was the man for that. He just had that knack of scoring in big games for us.
I think that was kind of the time when I felt like things were starting to change in derbies. We went through a stage where Hearts was probably the better team and they were getting the better results, and I think round about this time after this game things started to change. I think every derby I got a feeling that we were the favourites, we had the better team, and you've got that feeling in the tunnel sometimes where you're almost expecting to win, and that was definitely one of the occasions, and I think the tide changed for a bit after that.
Even look at some of the players there, like Dylan was brilliant for us. Farid obviously got a bad injury for us, but he would have been a massive player. Scotty was flying at the time, Fivey was great. And then obviously Boyle, who kind of went on to have a great career for us as well. So the squad was definitely building at that stage.
You can speak about that one, mate.
I know, obviously I'd probably put this in one of my kind of career highlights really. To score at Tynecastle was massive for growing up as a Hibs fan, and to get us obviously an equaliser in the match. But it's not talking afterwards. We go on, we eventually win the cup in May, and it becomes even more special to me. So it's a massive moment. You watch the whole stand, it was like the stand was coming down on top of us, the fans were going crazy, and you watch every single player in the celebration. I think every player does their own celebration as they head towards the stand. So especially Hendo, I think he's pointing at his chest as if he had scored it. So
Daz is still taking credit for the assist as well.
Aye, Daz calls it an assist as well. So I think looking back at the goal, in my mind what was happening was the goalie had palmed it out and I was running onto it to kind of like a side volley just to smash it in the goals, but it kind of turned into kind of a slide tackle and trickled in the net. But
best tackle of your career, mate.
It was a great tackle. Just absolutely delighted. Obviously you can see it on my face how happy I was that it went in, and to celebrate with the Hibs fans at that end was just perfect really.
Yeah, it was mad though. Obviously it was a massive goal, but it did have like an extra special feeling. I think it all kind of brought us all together in that changing room. I think maybe the boys that hadn't been there that long got a feeling of how much it meant to the players that had been there for a while, and the fans especially, and obviously that was the start of a very successful season for us.
That's a good game there. This is like, I think I set up Scotty for this one. I think this was at a stage where we were kind of really enjoying our football under Neil Lennon, and real kind of flowing attacking football. I think it shows by I set up Scotty for the goal, but I think I've overlapped Louis, who's left wing back, cut inside, got a pass from Flo, and then set up Scotty, and it was just that kind of free-flowing way we had about the team.
I think he set Scotty up. He said it a few times.
Well, Scotty's used to setting other people up, so I thought I've not got any assists, so I'll take it. But I set him up. I literally clipped it past him, and he's managed to like half volley it with his bad foot into the corner. So I've not done a lot for him, but.
He was brilliant that day though.
Aye, but that was just the way we were playing. It was just kind of. I was going forward one side.
Even Jamie's goal as well. At the time, I'm screaming for it. I think I would have crumbled if he actually laid it off to me, but he managed to wriggle away and get a shot away. And
Daryl, what a guy! Yeah, one of the best guys that has been at this club. Daryl was just one of the guys where he just came in and absolutely grafted every single day, and he really deserved that. Like they kind of big moments. Probably a bit harsh on himself at times. I
thought he was so good. I hated playing against him in training. He was obviously small, stocky, but he was strong. Such a good change of direction. He was both feet. He had a bit of everything, and as you say, sometimes he got really hard on himself, and I think he was going through a bit of a bad spell as well. I think he was a bit down at the time, so no better to cheer yourself up by scoring a brace against Hearts.
remember the second goal as well, the movement and that, it was so slick, and finish was different class as well.
A great game all round.
Aye, great game.
We've won a few times at Tynecastle. I didn't think we'd won that many times.
Boyle was just great on that on the shoulder.
Yeah, he was flying. I think he played up front that game, and it must be a nightmare for defenders to play against. You can see they're always looking at him, and they're deeper and off, and like having that pace must be such a threat. And I think people didn't realise how like he developed like a really good touch, and his finishing was brilliant at the end. And obviously a massive player, and like for me, he's up with one of the best I've played with since he's been at Hibs.
No, definitely.
Hopefully a few more wins.
Aye, no, exactly. That's it. Obviously, 2 big ones coming up, and hopefully we can do this again sometime, and there'll be photos from these matches where we've won and good memories to look back on.
All roads lead to Easter Road. Join the journey.